Overthinking. It's like this silent enemy of success, peace, and confidence. We've all been there, right? Stuck in that loop, replaying conversations, just imagining all the worst case scenarios. But what if I told you that you don't overthink because you have too many problems? You overthink because no one ever actually trained you on how to control your own mind. Okay, let's dive into this. So, does it ever just feel like the noise inside your head is completely drowning everything else out? Like the chaos of your own thoughts makes your nights feel way longer than your days? If any of that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. And this is why this matters so much. This isn't just about feeling a little bit stressed out. We're talking about the ambitions, the opportunities, and all that potential that just gets lost in that fog of what if. The stakes here are incredibly high. So, we're not going to talk about vague theories or some motivational quote that feels good for 5 minutes. Nope. Today, you are getting a real, actual mental system, a set of tools that you can start using the second this is over to quiet your mind and take back control. Let's start by totally reframing the problem. This is not some personal flaw. You are not broken because you overthink. It's just that you were never given the instruction manual for your own mind. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, it can be learned. So here's the most crucial point. People don't fail because they aren't smart or capable. A lot of the time, they fail because the internal noise just becomes deafening. The real challenge isn't about solving every single problem out there. It's about learning how to turn down the volume on the internal chaos. Okay, so why does our mind get so loud in the first place? Well, to fix it, we have to understand the root cause. And it's actually this fascinating little glitch in our brain's ancient survival programming. Now, this is huge because it corrects a massive misconception we all have. We think the problem is that we just have too many thoughts. But that's just a symptom. The real cause, the thing that triggers the whole spiral, is uncertainty. When your mind doesn't feel safe or clear or in control, that's when it starts to freak out. And this explains exactly what's going on. See, your brain's primary job is survival, not success. So when it's faced with uncertainty, it defaults to imagining every single negative outcome. It's trying to protect you from threats. But here's the kicker. It's protecting you from things that almost never actually happen. And this well-meaning but misplaced protective instinct comes at a huge cost. It devours your time. It absolutely erodes your confidence. It can damage your relationships, kill opportunities because you hesitate, and yeah, it can even cost you real money through delayed or bad decisions. Okay, we know the why, so let's get right to the how. We're going to start with your first aid kit, two really powerful techniques for immediate relief when you feel your mind starting to spiral out of control. This first one is your greatest weapon, I promise. As soon as you feel that familiar dread creeping in, ask yourself the super simple question. Don't think about the whole project, just one tiny step. Thinking about working out? Just put your shoes on. Worried about that email? Just open a new draft. Take one small physical action right now. And here's why it works. It's literally neurologically impossible. Panic and purposeful action, they occupy the same real estate in your brain. So by choosing action, you physically short-circuit the overthinking loop. It's a pattern interrupt, and it puts you right back in the driver's seat. Now, the second technique gets that overthinking isn't just in your head. It often starts in your body. Your nervous system gets all fired up first. So to calm your mind, you first have to calm your body with this simple breathing exercise. That long exhale sends a direct signal to your brain that says, hey, we're safe. And once your body calms down, your mind will automatically follow. All right, now let's build on those instant fixes and create a system that lasts. This is how you organize your thoughts and really master your decisions for the long haul, moving from just reacting to being proactive. This is the 3-box model, and honestly, it's a total game changer. Every single thought you have fits into one of these boxes. Box 1 is for immediate action. Box 2 is for planning and preparing. And box 3, that's for acceptance. See, overthinkers live almost exclusively in box 3, wasting all their energy on things they can't change. Successful people, they live in boxes 1 and 2. Change your box, change your life. Next up, we've got the decision speed technique. Basically, you assign a time limit to your decisions. Why? Because decisions lose their power when you wait too long. This isn't about being reckless. It's about building momentum, and momentum is the ultimate antidote to overthinking and fear. Let's be real. Overthinking isn't logical, it's emotional. It's driven by this deep-seated fear of failure or pain. So you need an emotional tool to break that loop. The next time you feel stuck, just say this to yourself. It acknowledges your brain's good intentions, but it firmly reminds it who's actually in charge. Now for the final and maybe the most important part. Stopping overthinking in the moment is great, but breaking the habit forever, that's the real goal. This is how we shift from a learned habit of anxiety to a conscious state of clarity. So here are the 3 keys to making this permanent. First, less information, more execution. Just do stuff. Second, create a daily ritual of making and reviewing your decisions to build that habit. And third, treat taking action like a muscle at the gym. The more you train it with small decisions, the stronger it's going to get. Ultimately, this is the transformation you're making. Overthinking is the habit of constantly reacting to fear, to uncertainty, to your own internal noise. Clarity, on the other hand, is the habit of leading your mind with purpose and intention. You either lead your mind or it's going to lead you straight back into fear. And I really want you to remember this. This is not who you are. It is a behavior that you learned, probably as a coping mechanism at some point. And because you learned it, you have the absolute power to unlearn it and replace it with something stronger, clearer, and way more confident. So let's put this into practice right now with that very first tool we talked about. I'll leave you with this question. What is the one small action you are going to take in the next 10 seconds to move forward?